All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. The name of the video is Defamed. New York City Bakery responds to the Whoopi Goldberg accusation. All right. Go check it out.
Okay, we showed you this before we went to break. Now it's happening. Whoopi Goldberg causing problems for a bakery, and now a Staten Island bureau president is speaking. Let's watch.
All right, let's go.
And I think the bottom line here is after we're going to call up Jill, who has had to endure something that she shouldn't have to endure. These people are up at 3 or 4 o'clock every morning.
Let's see what happened.
The sacrifices they've made, the holidays they've missed with their families. To make Staten Island better, they have sacrificed for 145 years. Rutherford B. Hayes was the president of the United States, for God's sakes. And they're still here, and they're still strong, and they're not going anywhere, despite what other people on television have to say. And frankly, the people who defamed the Holterman family should apologize to the Holterman family for making stuff up to suit their needs. Not everybody wakes up every day and thinks about politics. A good business person doesn't care about anybody's politics.
Right.
So with that, I'd
Absolutely.
like to call up Jill Holterman Bowers. She deserves 110% support. Jill, come on.
All right, let's go, guys.
It's a community that I have to tell you, I'm so overwhelmed by the support between finding out yesterday this even happened, getting phone calls, and then people coming in, people from all over just supporting us in every way. We had phone calls yesterday from Alabama. Guy says, I'm going to give you $50, send it to a school, send them donuts, send them cupcakes. The support has been so overwhelming, and I know how hard my family has worked to keep this business alive. And I wish my father was here today to see this. He would never believe it. My bakers come in 2 or 3 in the morning just to have donuts and rolls for everybody to come in and say, we have the best rolls ever. And you know what? It took my whole family. It takes everybody, the community that comes every day to see us. We have this everyday conversation with everybody. How's the family? How's this? This is what makes Holterman's Holterman's. It's the community, it's my fellow everything that come out and us giving back to the community that makes this go round. And if it wasn't for you and Staten Island to make this work, we still wouldn't be here today.
All right, guys, so really quickly. So some quick research here. So apparently this bakery here is 145 years old. And what Whoopi Goldberg did was she decided on her show to basically slander the company's name. She has no real concrete evidence at all, but what she said was the establishment refused to make special treats for her 69th birthday episode. 69th birthday episode is what it says here, guys. Exclusively because it was a view. She's victimizing herself is what it sounds like. We need to get away from the whole victim mentality, guys. I mean, before you say something specifically on live TV, what you need to make sure you're doing here is at least having concrete evidence. Your words matter, specifically at the level that Whoopi Goldberg actually is at, guys.
So I know my brother, Billy, work hard. Joe, my baker in the back, is here 6 days a week. He gives his heart and soul to this place. And you know what? My father always said, you do what you love. I'm telling you, this is my heart. And I thank you so much for everybody to come out and support us with the Holterman family. It means the world to me. It really does. Thank you so much. Oh, I wish my father was here today.
I'm trying to get some more information.
So good, so good. The goodness prevails. And just a little background for those who know, they had a boiler here. Again, it's been here 145
That's what it says here.
years. They had
A boiler issue.
60 or 70 years old. And the first week in November, guess what? It went on the fritz. They had to be replaced. And the reputation of Holterman's is impeccable, so rather than commit to something they couldn't guarantee, they said we can't do it. And the person who besmirched and defamed them took that as an insult to her. Well, get over it.
Wow.
This family will be here for, God willing, another 145 years. And as Jill said, it's her family, it's the Staten Island community, it's the elected officials. And I hope if you're watching this across the country, go online and order something, and we'll mail it to you.
Yeah, guys, to be honest, I made it worse, right? Like, as the story is progressing here, we're still kind of reading along here. Yeah, if there's an issue specifically with the location you're attempting to order from, you can't just say, oh, it's because of who I am, what I look like, or my overall public political views. You can't say that, right? Specifically, if it is a aging bakery, right? 145 years is crazy. The boiler has been there for 70 years, you just said? Yeah. The boiler was either 60 or 70 years old. So let's split the difference and say, 65. It went on the fritz. It was happening earlier in November. So just because you went there, I'm guessing you tried to get a good amount of things, and you're told, hey, we cannot guarantee that you're going to get this in adequate time or at the level that we would like to deliver this product to you. It's purely entitlement, guys. That's what this is. Pure entitlement and then playing the victim.
So keep coming to Holterman's. I'd like to call up...
and they had it
Senator
replaced,
Jessica Scarcella
by the way.
Thank you so much for putting this together, to our wonderful borough president, Vito Fasella, and to the Holterman family. Jill, give her a big round of applause. I think one thing all of the elected officials have in common is that Holterman's has been around our entire lives. My parents' entire lives, my grandparents' entire lives, probably our great-grandparents' entire lives. This is a staple in the Staten Island community, and one message is clear. You do not mess with Staten Island. That's right.
Amen.
That's just New York for you.
We come together as a borough like no other, so just understand, Staten Islanders are going to shop at Holterman's. This is an amazing, amazing family establishment. I encourage everybody to get their Thanksgiving pastries here, everything else. Thank you so much for putting this together, and thank you to the Holterman family for giving us a historic, beautiful business for 146 years, I just heard. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm getting old. 146. Councilman David Carr. David?
Thank you so much, Borough President. You know, Vito always stands up for Staten Island, and today Staten Island needs to be stood up for. And we're here today to have Holterman Bakeries back, because the Holterman family generationally has had the backs of this community. Like so many other small business owners, they give back to the community that they call home. They give back to the community that patronizes them. And I'm so glad that we see all the cars here, all the people coming in and out of the store today to send a message to the person who decided that she was too important for a boiler breakdown, that she had to have her pastries, and if it wasn't coming to her, it must have been someone else's fault. It must have been a directed insult to her.
Absolutely.
That would never be the case. Staten Islanders don't
entitlement
serve people based on their political opinions. They serve everyone who comes through their doors. And
yeah, guys, if you ever ran a business or been in any type of like manager type position, bro, you don't really care. All you care about is making sure your company and your business is still has the ability to stay afloat, guys. And you're not going to be able to do that by say half the population only shopping at your place, guys. You need everyone. So it's incredibly silly to believe that a company that has been around for over a century, is going to now throw their company away over something as fickle as someone's current political views, guys.
Is the case with the Holterman's family. And in case you can't tell, I love a good bakery. and this is one of the best in the world, bar none. My family has been shopping here since I was a little kid. When my mom had to buy that thing on that snack on the counter that was there for company, it wasn't Entenmann's, it was Holterman's that she bought. And
see, I'm from Long Island. It was definitely Entenmann's for me.
And I look forward to seeing the Holterman's pastries and other products all throughout the borough for years to come. So God bless you, Jill, and God bless you, your family.
Well, they showed up, right?
Oh yeah, they
and
did.
Who got the party started? Well, that was the borough president, Vito Fasella in Staten Island.
Vito.
And he said these words: "This is the American story." Wow. So what did Whoopi Goldberg try to do to this woman in her bakery? Why?
She tried to shut it down.
The place that made these refused to make them for me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What? Oh.
No. Let me explain.
Okay. But then how do you have them?
They said that their ovens had gone down, all kinds of stuff, but folks went and got them anyway, which is why I'm not telling you who made them. But can't be because I'm a woman, but perhaps they did not like my politics.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What? Okay. Because they're definitely right here. What I've noticed a lot of the times when it comes to famous people in general, right? When you order something, sometimes if they know that it's going to go to you, they want to make sure it's perfect. Because they want your business. They want you to think highly of the company itself. If you sent like an assistant here, right, to go pick up all these items here, and then they delivered it to you, it sounds like these may not be up to the actual standard, like of the ones that they would have given you before the fact, if that makes any sense, guys. I can look at it like this, but I can also look at it coming from her perspective. Also, I'm trying to see both sides of the scenario here. I can see how she came up with this specifically if they're in front of her. Right. But as a business owner, I'm not going to give someone who is on TV something that is not like a 10 out of 10, bro. I'm just going to be honest. We're going to say something. Okay. But either way.
Okay. The boiler was broken. I mean, you could hear the New York City councilman there. They brought everybody to those microphones.
Not political is what they're saying. This is just pure evil by Whoopi Goldberg trying to destroy a family business that's been in business for as long as they just said.
Okay, but do you notice that they're still on the table, though? Hopefully they talk about that.
Just because it couldn't be that she might actually not get a cupcake on her birthday, and because she's such a lunatic, she thinks anything that doesn't go her way is some conspiracy theory against her, and that everybody hates her. This is the intolerance of the left. Like, I have no idea how these people voted, but I'm going to guess that some of the people that just spoke are probably Democrats. And thank goodness that they came out, and thank goodness that they said, you don't do this to our bakery. You don't do this to a family business. I hope there's a lawsuit here. I hope Whoopi Goldberg has to pay a huge, huge birthday check to this bakery. They deserve it.
I think ABC's on the hook here.
I hope they pay too then.
Because what we were just talking about, they don't mention Holterman's Bakery, but when you look up, by the way, everybody's Googling this so much now that you just put in 3 letters and it's the first thing that comes up. But when you go, you see they're iconic, those cupcakes.
Yes.
So they're in like every shot of what's being said while Whoopi's, tearing this woman down and accusing her of being politically discriminatory. So
that's also valid.
Question is, how much on the hook is ABC News? How much on the
like if they are specifically extremely unique, right? Like looking at them, that's definitely what was on there. Seeing it here, 100%. But if they're excessively unique to the point where they can be like visually identified, almost like a visual copyright trademark type thing, right? Then that could be a problem. That could be like even though you didn't say the name, bro. That could still be an issue.
The hook is Whoopi. Somebody is, because
specifically if you can't prove it.
Yeah, when you look at libel, slander, or defamation, you can't just not say the bakery's name and say, okay, I'm off the hook. I didn't slander or libel anyone here because I didn't say the name of the bakery. If there's a fact that you disclose that could lead someone to infer what you are talking about, you can still be on the hook. And to your point, that infamous, or not infamous, I should say famous, white box with the pink polka dots allowed people to very easily find that this was Holterman's Bakery.
It's so famous, good enough for The View.
Yes, she chose to unleash, Whoopi Goldberg, to unleash the attack dogs based on what evidence? What evidence led her to believe this was about politics?
That's true.
But thank God this bakery is fighting back.
Well, it's about politics now, because as you said, some of those New York representatives could very well be Democrats as well.
Yeah, but Staten Island is, it's pretty conservative.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but if you've ever been there, you'd understand that there were no Democrats on that microphone. None. But let's continue.
They're in rare territory in terms of the 5 boroughs of New York City. Great people there. They obviously are very passionate about their environment and their community. And, what is Whoopi Goldberg doing, calling me like, this is Whoopi Goldberg, and I need something custom made for me and my Whoopi Goldbergness
for
now. And they might have had those pre-made. So before the boiler broke down, someone, may have made all of those lovely confections, which someone was able to fetch and take to Whoopi on set because
that's not what she said though. Like, okay, that could be a thing again. Maybe, but again, it kind of goes. Well, actually, no, that sounds actually plausible. Actually, because again, what I said earlier. If a famous person comes to my business, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to treat everyone the same. Absolutely. But you're going to get extra special treatment because I don't want you to have a bad experience. You specifically. I do not want you to have a bad experience with my business. If those were sitting and she called first, they said they can't do it. Why? Because they can't make them all fresh, right? Then those would be the ones that her assistant most likely went in there and got, because those were the ones that were actually there, right? Those were the older ones, let's say. So that's actually plausible. I think I think her and I are kind of on the same wavelength.
God
in this
knows,
topic.
it looks like she's missed a lot of cupcakes lately.
Man, we just get deeper and deeper. So what is the truth of all of this?
Well, I think the truth is that Whoopi Goldberg is an incredibly self-indulgent person who thinks everything is about her. So she thinks and takes it personally because that's how highly she thinks of herself, and she thinks everyone else regards her in that way, that they would care what her politics are, that they would go to such lengths that they wouldn't make her a cupcake. I'll tell you what this also is, in my opinion, is it's projection and it's deflection. This is what the left does. I've had numerous instances in California and in other liberal places where people didn't want to serve me or where
I've never seen you a day in my life, so I don't know. I hear you, but I'm sure people don't notice you.
Bad looks, or I felt obviously uncomfortable being in a place because of who I am and what I believe in.
That's your prerogative. That's similar to what Whoopi Goldberg is kind of espousing, entitlement.
I would never call these places out on air. I would never try to disparage them or hurt their business. But I think that she's used to that because she's on the left, and maybe she would do that to somebody. So she automatically assumes that was done to her. But
okay, that's valid.
Really wasn't.
It's real.
You don't know that though.
Real quickly, because you and I had, I think, seen some of the same reporting on this, that The View might be struggling right now with its view.
Yeah.
and maybe they really ought to be more sensitive to the fact that everybody's a part of this country.
The View has one view. They all voted for Kamala Harris. So how about that? You got The View, and it's only one view, and 76 million Americans don't have a voice. So there you have it.
Hey, everyone.
All right, guys, listen. What's interesting is that I do think that she definitely gave the most based opinion here, right? Because it could be multifaceted here. The fact is that Whoopi Goldberg should have probably sent her assistant in the first place, right? Then you would have probably gotten what you needed. Okay, like regardless of who you are, the problem is that you are famous. Right. And if the boiler did go down and they cannot make the large order that you're asking fresh for you to be, for someone to come and pick up for you. Right. But they have these that are already made. Nah, I'll give you these. Again, I'm going to go ahead and forecast that the ones that they got are not at the highest quality in comparison to the ones that you would have gotten if the boiler was actually functioning. Now, that is another side of the scenario. Guys, I don't trust anyone when they speak, okay? Now, is it plausible that someone could be like, meh, right? I'm not giving nothing to Whoopi Goldberg. Ew, The View, right? Is it plausible? Yeah. Is it plausible in Staten Island? Probably more so. Yeah. It is very plausible. But the fact here is that if you can't prove it, you can't say anything, right? Not like that. So it is what it is, Whoopi Goldberg. You've put yourself into this scenario where people don't like you, right? So there goes. It could be a couple of things, but I'm going to go ahead and just straight from the beginning here, say that I think it's because she's famous, they wanted to give her a perfect product. They had those in the refrigerator or whatever, guys. And when her assistant went up there to get them, they got them. But they're not the ones that she would have, not the same quality by far that she would have gotten. The reality, I think so. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy your day thoroughly. And if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. All right. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.